Hey YouTube, it's been a hot minute. Happy New Year to everybody, and let's talk a little bit about resolutions and shelf updates. All right, like I said, Happy New Year to everybody. I know it's been a hot minute. Darren here. I've been away for a while. Unfortunately, you know, those things like family life and work life and all that tend to kind of get in the way of the bench time from time to time, and that's been my issue here over the last 10 months or so. But I'm back. The future is looking really good, and I'm hoping to have content out here for you once every couple weeks or so. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. I want to start off by saying Happy New Year to everybody. I hope that y'all have a wonderful 2025. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I also want to say that my prayers are with all of our model building friends and family out on the West Coast, specifically the LA area. You guys take care of yourself. I wish all the best for you, and our prayers and everything go to you. So, all right, that said, Operation Shelf of Doom. As we come into 2025, one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to clear off some of those open projects that I have sitting in my Shelf of Doom, which is right behind the camera here. So I've picked out 4 of candidates for Operation Shelf of Doom, and my plan is to catalog the completion of these 4 kits as I clean off that shelf and get these things permanently on the display shelf. I want to catalog that through video. I want to put that out here for y'all to follow along with. Hopefully once every week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, I'll have an update on where I'm at and kind of take you along on that journey. That said, over on Facebook, we have the March Madness group build going on. It's going to start March 1st. Our good friend Justin Lentz, he's one of the OG model geeks. He kind of spearheads this every year during the March Madness cycle. I'll put a link to the group in the description below. Check it out. My entry in here, I'm really leaning towards the Hasegawa A7. I just ordered all the res kit goodies to go with that kit. So that'll be here shortly, and my plan is to do a build through the month of March. You'll probably see it come out in April, but do that build, catalog that, so you guys can follow that build. That said, it will intermingle with some of the Shelf of Doom stuff at the same time, so there's sure to be plenty of content here as we move forward. So keep an eye out. If you're not subscribed, please do. It's real easy. Just hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell to be notified, because there's a lot more coming after this, and if you start to follow it, I don't want you to miss any of it. Okay, so what we're going to do with the Operation Shelf of Doom, I'm going to go over to the bench here in just a second. I'm going to show you what those candidates are. And what I'd like for you to do is to let me know in the comments or via email in the description down here, below us here. You can email me there, but let me know which kits, what order you think I should do these in. Just trying to get y'all involved, okay? I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, but I want y'all involved as well. And then that's what I'm going to do. So 4 kits, I'll show them to you now. Let's head on over to the bench. Okay, so with the Operation Shelf of Doom, my first candidate is going to be the MQ9 in 48 scale from Kinetic. Now, as you can see here, I've got quite a bit accomplished on this. This thing is so far close to being across the finish line that it's not even funny. It's completely decaled. Everything's on. It's completely painted. It does need a little bit of weathering. But what stalled me on this one was all these little fiddles. This is where I usually have my mojo peg out. I got down to the very end of this, and if you'll notice the intake here, there is no motor detail in here. And if I didn't have the tape on the back, you would actually be able to see completely through. So I ended up having to make FOD covers for this. And I've got some of those done, as you can see here. I'm not going to pull these out because my gloves on so I don't mess up my paints, but if you look, you'll see like I've got one here, and there's another one back in here for the exhaust and the intake. So down to that, and then obviously detailing and decaling the ordnance, and then a little bit of some RBF tags. And of course, remove before flight tags are kind of a pain. It takes a lot to get them done, but that's where I'm at with this one. Now, I started this off, it was supposed to be a nice, easy, quick build, but when I got to the wings, they were really warped bad. And so these are reinforced with wooden dowels down here to get the wings straight, which worked out well. They are straight. They're as straight as they're going to be. I do want to take the wingtip lights, and once I put those on, I'm going to sand those flat again and polish them. So I'll end up repainting the wingtips, but that's not a big deal. But in any case, this is candidate number 1 for the Operation Shelf of Doom. So there you go. There's that one. Candidate number 2 is the Ming 1/48 scale F4E. This kit, actually there's a couple of videos in the playlist that you can take a look at, where I started the first 2 episodes of this. It got pretty much where we're at now. I started decaling, and then I realized that, in my haste, I was kind of in a hurry, that I had not painted the wheel wells, which that's not a big deal. I think what I'll do on this is go ahead and continue the decaling up top here, get that knocked out. Now, one thing I did do on this is all these walkways and stripes are painted. Went away from the decals, they were just a pain. So all that, including up here, is all painted in. Let's see what else on this kit. I did all the natural metal finish stuff is done. There is a video that I did on how to do exhaust nozzles with the flat black paint and dry brush technique, and I'll link to that up here. So take a look at that if you get a chance. Also put it in the description. But it makes for a very realistic and kind of pretty good looking exhaust, if I do say so myself. Of course, maybe I'm a little bit prejudiced, but I like the way it turns out. Anyway, on this kit, not a lot left to do. Of course, now I'm back down to the fiddles on the bottom, bombs, drop tanks, pylons, etc. And the one thing about, I talked about remove before flight tags earlier, I'm very particular when I'm doing my kits, and it's just me, that I have the RBF tags the way they're supposed to be. And on the F4 Phantom, the mains have locking collars around the struts, and that's what the actual remove before flight tags are attached to, not a pin like an F18 or something of that nature would be. So those collars aren't made, so I have to scratch those from tape, which I did on my Tamiya F4B. It turned out very well, but it's just another one of those mojo sucks, right? That just kind of takes the life out of you and causes you to stall a little bit. But anyway, this one is candidate number 2 for the Operation Shelf of Doom. The third one that I'm working on was actually being done for the Overlord group build for Nationals last year. And that's my P38. I don't have these flaps are just set in there, so it might fall out. But as you can see here, I got all the base paint done. Several different shades of olive on here. The engine is all completed, obviously done. The underside's done. What happened with this one? Well, it was a combination of things. One was work, and family life got to me. Things got kind of hectic around here for a bit. I tried to, because of the time crunch, tried to shortcut and put the decals on to do the invasion stripes and the roundels, and that did not quite work out. So I ended up ripping those off, and now I'm going to have to go back and get my silhouette over there and cut some masks and paint it all, which is not a big deal. Again, it's just one of those time sucks. So this one here, actually still sitting here on my bench because it's really came together well. You can see the seams are pretty much gone. All the pan lines are in there with no problem. Nothing was blown out. So I'm really excited about this one, and I want to push this one across the finish line too, because I think it's going to make a really, really nice looking P47. Now, obviously, once I get done doing all the roundels and invasion stripes and all that stuff, it'll get a dull coat. These greens will start to fade in really good when I start hitting it with some oil paints, and then of course some chipping in just the right area. So I'm looking forward to pushing this one across the finish line too. So number 3 in the Operation Shelf of Doom. Number 4, and this one has a long story to it, but number 4 is the Kitty Hawk MH60 Romeo. Now, I'm going to do, you can see where I'm at right now. It's a primer. I have a few areas up here that need to be fixed, especially in this probe area up here on the nose. There's one too many. I'm in the process of putting all the front sensors on and the FLIR, I think they call that a surfboard panel or a diving board, but anyway, I had to put that on. Took a lot of work to get this seamless. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take just a second. I'm going to show you these pictures. I'm sure you've probably seen these before if you're on the Facebox or out there in Instagram. I've got those posted out there, but yeah, it was just a total mess. You can see the misalignment and everything. And I got it all aligned, and of course the interior is very hard to see in this light, but it's all in there. I've got the doors were closed. This one fell off, but I'm getting ready. I've been doing some painting, so I got to seal it all up and move forward. Now, here is the rotor head for that. This was a kit within itself. This is by ResKit, and here's a picture of the rotor head. You can see a little bit better. The only difference is I got a little bit more painting done here, and the decals are on. But this was a kit within itself, and man, it just needed a break after that. There's a lot of little bitty pieces. And I got to tell you, the product is awesome. ResKit's knocked it out of the park, and this is coming from somebody who is crawling around on these airplanes quite a bit here, as it pertains to part of my job. But yeah, it's a lot, man. This was a lot, and I have the tail rotor for this as well from ResKit. Now this one may be number 4, and the reason being is I don't want to rush this. There's been a lot of work going into it, and I would really like to finish this up for Nationals at Tidewater this year. So I don't want to rush it if I don't have to. So yeah, that's where we're at now. Look, got a piece of the rotor in there. There it is. Yeah, number 4. Number 4 in the Operation Shelf of Doom. Now, I'm going to throw in there an audible. I said 4 originally, but I do have a 5th one that I'm considering, and this is the Monogram Pro Modeler F86. Yeah, F86 Delta Saber Dog. This one is going to be done pretty much all natural metal. I was going to do a South Korea markings on this, but I'm now considering some other options. But in any case, it's all done. You can see all the windscreen's been faired in the way it's supposed to be. It's looking good even under the silver paint. There's no, it's there. It's pretty solid. There's a little spot right there I could see, and you can really tell once you put that silver down. You see that? So that's going to need a little bit of work. But this thing is pretty much there. It's all primed. It's all, the bodywork's done except for noted just now. And I think this is a very solid number 5 in the Shelf of Doom, Operation Shelf of Doom list. So there you go. So those are my 5 candidates for the Operations Shelf of Doom, and I look forward to hearing from you out there as to which ones you think I should do first, what order I should do them in. My next video, which will come out here in about a week and a half, will have the results of that and an update on the one that was picked as being first. So my plan is to once every week and a half to 2 weeks have that update video out for you guys and gals out there, so that y'all can see where I'm at with the Shelf of Doom collection. So we start to knock those things off and get them on the shelf for good. So also note that there's going to be, I said this in the beginning, but say it again, with the March Madness group build that's coming up, the videos will be intertwined. So just bear with me as they come out and enjoy the ride. So until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Let's all be good to each other, and for God's sakes, get out there and build something. Help pull something off your Shelf of Doom. Let's get yourself building some of that stuff too. So until then, we'll see you. Peace.